It's the RIOT podcast today, Wednesday, March 1st. Welcome to March.
Are we not bringing Jim in for the podcast intro?
He looks awful comfy over there.
He's snuggled in his cage. He's behind
Yeah.
you. I don't think you guys can see behind that far, but Jim will be making an appearance in the podcast. So if you're listening to the audio version of it, make sure you go over to RadioU RIOT on our Facebook page or RadioU Official on Instagram to see Isaiah's dog Jim, who came in for his birthday today.
He's really starting to settle in.
Yeah, I saw him
seems
milling around in the
great.
cage
He
over
does
there.
fine here.
Yeah, he's cool. He's chilled out. When he first got here, obviously very excited, was introducing himself to Hudson and Nikki, going crazy. And in the first hour or so, a lot of whining that was going on. He wanted to come back into the studio after his first appearance.
Well, why don't you bring him back in?
Because he's just too much, you
Well,
know?
he'll
He's
never-
a lot.
No, he's not
He'll
too much
never
for
calm
us.
down.
He'll never have
if-
enough, you know? If we
Yeah.
keep on bringing him in here, then he's going to want more of the spotlight. That's just how he works.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna try to
learned
steal
from
the
his
whole.
daddy.
Yeah, he's gonna try to steal the whole show, and so we got to keep him over there. He's kind of accepted his role in the side.
Yeah,
studio.
you're right. I don't want to be playing second fiddle to a dog.
Exactly.
He is sweet and cute, but he is allergic-y. So
He is.
any allergies, you will feel it.
He is definitely. He sheds and whatnot. He smells. Well, but by the time that he leaves today, RadioU will just have a whole new smell.
Yeah, a whole smell, a whole.
They bring in one of those diffusers, or like we get just some sort of wall
Yes.
smelling thing, just to help with your room area.
the
Yeah,
breeze
tomorrow.
air effect.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's a bunch of air fresheners in my room. I'm like, are you guys trying to tell me something?
It's not you, but it is your dog.
Yes, he's a stinky boy. But we talked about Jim's birthday today. He turned 2. We also talked about Hudson's Ant-Man reveal.
Yeah, I tried to push back against some of the naysayers because some of the criticism is well founded, but the idea that it is a bottom tier Marvel movie is pure poppycock.
But you had
it's
fun?
nonsense.
You had fun watching it?
I had a great time watching
How
it.
happy were you when you left? Were you kind of like, you know,
I was real happy.
You know, when you leave the movie theater, you're kind of just joyful. You know, you're full of stomach off of all that popcorn and drinking pop or a slushie or whatever. It's just a fun feeling.
I left feeling real good. I did. I left feeling, I can tell you, like, you know, it's not a competition, but I left feeling way better than I felt when I left the theater after Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
What else have I seen recently?
Not
where-
Violent Night. I'll tell you, Violent Night must have been better than Ant-Man. Cleverness-wise. Yo, come on.
Look at him.
You know. They're not apples to apples, but
It's a tough call. I liked them both. And so
I like it.
And nobody was saying, well, Violent Night sucks. So, I mean, maybe a few people, but Ant-Man.
we don't associate with those people.
Yeah, clearly not.
Yeah. No, I was very pleased with Ant-Man.
Well, hang tight for
I
the
don't
podcast.
understand all the hate.
Because you'll be hearing Hudson's full review.
Yeah, we also talked about a little Would You Rather Wednesday. This time, a stranded on an island with the RIOT version.
Yeah, it was a good question.
Who would you pick? And, of course, we'll need a new question for next Wednesday.
Yeah. You guys got anything in mind?
I don't know. I think, do people like when it's choose one of us for something?
Yeah, I think they do.
Or do you guys want it to be a Would You Rather Wednesday and we're not a part of the
Of
question?
anything.
Yeah.
You guys can pick whatever you want. Send them in. And we'll judge them.
Yeah,
And
it's
if
up
it
to
stinks,
you.
we won't use them.
And I'll tell you, tomorrow's not Would You Rather Wednesday, but I need to start doing this. I need to start telling, like, you know, pre-selling the next podcast. So you know what a question I have for tomorrow you guys are going to start thinking about?
Yeah, let's start thinking.
This is a question I got from JR I mentioned yesterday. What is or was, when you were a child, a perk of your parents' jobs?
Ooh.
Yeah, what is something that like when you're a kid, you're like, oh, because my parents do this, I got this.
That's
and that.
good.
Yeah, I've
That's
got-
a good idea.
That's
so
a
we gotta
great
think about
question,
that,
JR.
yeah.
Good work.
Yeah, I
What do you
know.
say?
I don't know. I don't even know what his parents did. He just asked that. So
That's a good question.
yeah,
We'll talk about it tomorrow. I've got
We
a
will.
great answer.
you do.
I mean, obviously.
Doesn't it suck that to wait 24 hours?
It does. I've got
You
so
got to
much
sit on
juice
it.
I can
And then you're
spit
gonna
out
forget
right
about
now.
it. Yeah.
Well, we'll come up with it tomorrow. Make sure you text us and say hi. And from this, give us a Would You Rather Wednesday question for next week at 877-2RadioU. Or if you have an answer to the question from JR, we can include you in tomorrow's
Yeah,
discussion.
That's a good idea too. All right. Sounds good. We'll
Okay,
talk-
bye.
See you guys.
Catch you
Bye,
tomorrow.
Jim. Bye. Hope you find your dad. No, just bye.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
got a special guest on the show today.
Hey, Isaiah.
Hey, everybody.
Isaiah brought his son to work. Hey.
I did.
Hi, Jim. Woof, woof.
And he's a handful.
Jim the dog.
Happy birthday, Jim.
It's
It
his
is
birthday.
Jim's second birthday.
Wow. And you couldn't leave. You didn't find anybody to take care of him.
I could not. Isn't it wild? After 2 years, I still couldn't find anybody that wanted to hang out with him.
They've all
even on his birthday.
turned him down. Well,
Are you regretting that you brought him to work today? Is it just you have to get used to it?
I didn't really have a choice. It was like the first day I've had to bring him in.
Yeah.
Because my parents are out of town. My roommate's going into work. My brother's fiance can't take him out. And so I'm like stuck with him. Even on his birthday.
Just Jim, cover your long years.
I know. And so I knew he was going to be a handful no matter what when I brought him in because he's Jim. So it was just like automatic. He's going to be causing issues.
He's gonna start pressing buttons, I think.
Oh, I know. He's ready to take
He's gonna
over.
turn the mics
Are you going
off.
to turn Radio U off?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's ready
I
to take
wish-
the whole station down. It's
I wish
only
you
a
would
matter of time.
bark. Can you bark? Woof.
Does he bark much?
He doesn't really bark.
He doesn't bark. He just whines. I can
There's
hear him whine
there's
and
no
then you're
proof
recording.
that he's even here. Everyone listening on the radio, they're like, is the dog there or not? He's silent.
yeah.
I promise you, I'm taking pictures of him. I will post pictures soon so you can see Jim at work. And his little tail's so cute, just off in the other room where Isaiah normally is. I just see his tail in the background all the
Yeah,
time.
he's like it's like hard to like talk about him because he's just such a unique looking dog. 'Cause he's so like long and like hot dog like built.
His little feet too go
I
out.
know
Yeah.
he's a weird dog to look at. So you guys can
Hi.
check out the Worst of the Riot video podcast on Facebook and YouTube, and you can see what Jim looks like in the radio studio.
Aw, he fits. He can come every day.
It's nice that he just sits on your lap still.
He
like
does
that, though,
like-
for such a big boy.
Yeah, he does like just sitting on the lap. As long as I get him up in the air, he's pretty cool once we get up there.
Sniffing the mic. Can you sniff in the mic? There
He's
he
gonna start
is.
That's
eating
Jim.
it.
There you hear
He's gonna
Jim
start
the
eating
dog.
Oh, he's so cute.
Jim the Basset Hound.
All right,
and
we might have to rotate days where we bring in dogs each day.
yeah, we shouldn't have them all in at once. But Jim
No.
even got Jim. You got a birthday
I
present.
know, Nikki brought in
I
some
did.
treats for Jim.
Someone got a new toy and a football
Uh-huh.
cookie.
Jim has a new favorite toy now.
Oh.
It's his third toy of all time. He's so excited. He's a big toy guy.
I
gonna-
knew he liked rope, so I was like, well, maybe I'll bring him a new rope
Yeah.
toy.
You'll keep that until it
And I
disintegrates.
didn't know you were coming to work today, so this worked out perfectly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
my
a big
gosh.
surprise to bring in Jim. So I planned it out last night because yet again I had no choice, and it was his birthday. I couldn't leave him at home alone like all day,
No.
sitting in his own pee. Like that would just be messed up.
So wait, what are the odds you think that he pees inside today?
See, I don't know. I would say probably 30%.
30%.
So it's not like it's.
I'll take the over on that.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a tinkle. It's just a small little dog pee when
Yeah.
they get excited.
He's
I'm
gonna
just trying to keep him off
soil
carpet. That's my. I have a carpet cleaner just in case, and I will bring it in if he does pee on carpet. But I'm just trying to keep him off carpet.
Oh,
Well,
actually, that
make
doesn't sound so bad. Jim, can you pee on the carpet so that Isaiah steam cleans
A
it
little
for
bit
us?
everywhere. A little bit everywhere.
Just every room, if you don't mind.
That's why he's going to have to carry him the whole day.
Yeah, he's never gonna leave my side.
Well, make sure you text 877 to Radio U. And normally on birthdays, you guys can text, whoever's birthday it is. So
Yeah.
today it's Jim's birthday,
Oh yeah, what
and
about
he's
that?
here.
What about that birthday breakfast we were talking about?
Oh, do you want a birthday breakfast?
He's like, I do.
We'll order him some bacon.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. This is turning out to be a good day.
Good day.
Well, Jim, buckle up. The Battle of the Buzz is coming in half an hour.
We need you to count votes.
Oh, he'll help me big time.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
So last night, I finally did it.
What'd you do?
I went ahead and watched the new Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
You did.
I
Wow.
did.
Is he
I
the
went-
only one in the room now? Because we
Yes.
still haven't seen it.
Yeah, but Nikki, I know you're not going to see it, but Isaiah, I wanted to alleviate your concerns because the reviews have not been stellar, right? I did see it's bumped up above The Eternals, so it's not the worst reviewed Marvel movie on Rotten Tomatoes, as it shouldn't be. It was not a bad movie.
It's not okay, but people are just saying like the CGI is not as great. It was just kind of boring.
What's new? The whole movie is CGI. It's 2 hours of them in a quantum realm, in a micro universe.
Yeah, but is it believable or?
It's like realistic though, right?
Yeah, right.
Like what you would expect of a quantum realm. You know, it looks like
Or
that.
did
It
they
actually did.
cheap out on it.
Yeah.
It does. I believe if I was in a quantum realm, it would probably look like unconvincing green screen, and that's what.
Yeah.
So I believed it. I definitely believed it. I'll tell you that. Well, one thing that made me laugh is, and I like this. When I went through the ticket taker thing, the ticket taker lady, she says to me, she warns us, she says, there's 2 end credit scenes. I like when they warn you that you know you should sit. So I did. And so that meant I had to watch all the credits. You know, the credits at the end, near the end, they tell you how, like, this was filmed in whatever, and they show thanks to the state of Georgia or whatever.
Yeah.
And in this one, there was a bunch of stuff thanking Australia.
Oh.
And I was like, why would they have to go to Australia? Do they don't have green screens in Los Angeles or something? Why did they go to a different state? The entire movie, there's nothing that seems like it would have been shot on location anywhere. So I don't understand that. That did make me laugh. Okay.
That's one.
That was one thing. But I'll tell you, I understand some of the CGI questionable. Again, it's 2 hours consecutive of CGI. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
It's not going to be perfect. But the other thing that I kind of found questionable, yes, again, they're going to a quantum realm. It's not going to be, the plot isn't going to be airtight. There's going to be a few holes. There are. But the thing that kind of stood out to me that was a little questionable is the first hour of the first half of the movie, as they set everything up, some of the writing is pretty like low level for Marvel.
Oh,
like
really?
you would expect better. I'll give you an example. There's a scene right near the beginning of the movie, riding in a car, 3 people. They're kind of, one of them's Ant-Man, spoiler alert. And they're kind of, 2 of them are kind of arguing. And so the other one goes, after a few minutes, I have a little bit of an argument. And the other one goes, why don't we listen to the radio to break the tension? That is the type of line that's like, well, that is not very, like you expect them to be a little more clever than that.
Sure.
And there's a lot of that in the first half of the movie. It takes a little long to get there. But the second half of the movie, where they're actually fighting and stuff, real cool.
Pretty good.
Real cool. So, I don't know. I'll open up the floor to questions.
Concerns, any comments? Isaiah, you think you'll go based on him, or you just still whenever?
I think I'll go. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters yet. It just depends how my schedule
You've got to
works out.
support
I
it,
want to
though.
see
You need
it.
to support at this point.
I know. I want to see it
Paul
because
Rudd deserves better.
And I think too, I feel like I will probably like it as well because I like Paul Rudd. I like the Ant-Man movies. I feel like I'll like it. When you went to the movie theater,
Yeah.
did you get popcorn? What was the deal with that?
I got popcorn, yeah.
Did you get like a slushie?
I got a Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh,
Diet
that's
Mountain
fine.
Yeah,
Dew. Okay.
I
Exciting.
did.
Exciting.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and then the next thing, you said the plot was solid. Did you think it was
I mean, what do you mean solid?
like was it like a story?
well, yeah, it was a good story.
Yeah, you understood it.
Yeah, beginning, middle, end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Satisfying ending, I'd say. Kind of takes you by surprise, maybe.
Was it more action or funny?
More, well, action.
Action.
Yeah.
Would
It
you
has
say
some-
it was less funny than the last 2 Ant-Man movies?
Maybe a little less funny.
Less funny?
But-
More serious?
I feel like you're hurting the movie
It
now
wasn't
more.
like it wasn't it was definitely not a serious movie. Again, I think in the first half of the movie, before you get to
They get all the bad writing out.
I don't think that comedy always lands as well. Some of it also, like the punchlines are predictable, which I don't like. I know I'm a funny guy, but I shouldn't be able to pick your punchline before you actually get to it.
Mhm.
So, but in the second half of the movie, again, so much of the concerns of the first half of the movie I care less about because the second half of the movie was so enjoyable.
I don't
to
know.
me.
For Ant-Man, it feels like it's too late. Everybody's on the train of just not liking it.
It is. It
Well,
is
that's
too
why
late.
You can't turn that train around.
That's why
fine.
Hudson's here.
driving a train in the other direction.
Ready? Final question.
Uh-huh.
Does anyone die?
I can't tell you that.
Okay.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
I've got a TikTok here that went viral over the weekend from a Amazon delivery driver. And we all know the stories come up from time to time of like, Amazon is really monitor their employees.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't realize, I don't think, how closely they monitor their drivers.
I thought it was
while they're
more
out
just
driving.
the warehouse stuff.
No, yeah.
But the
it's
driver
everywhere.
stuff is everywhere too.
Yeah, so this young lady, her name is Amber. She's a driver for Amazon, and she made a whole TikTok.
Is she still a driver for Amazon?
Had to be her last day.
As far as we know, the whole video almost has does have an air of Amazon tried to like get her, probably told her to do this to be like, look, make it look like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But also show all the features that all the AI. So she says they have 3 cameras that watch you while you're doing Amazon deliveries.
In the truck.
In the truck, yep. And so it will watch, one of the things it watches for, probably one of the most egregious is, it will watch how close you get. Well, that's not the most egregious, but it'll watch how close you get to other vehicles. You're not able, it has sensors that will send off a violation for you if you do not fully stop at a stop sign, if you do the rolling stop thing.
I'd for sure be fired.
Yeah.
But do you get like fines, or so you get money taken out, or
I don't
how many and then you get
know.
fined?
It's $1 every time.
Yeah, she was just listing, like she says, if you do this, it's a violation. If you do this, it's a violation. I don't know what happens when you get the violations.
Like too many of them.
Yeah, but it also, you get, this is a violation if you go over 6 miles over the speed limit.
Well, at least they
That's
give you that.
crazy.
At least they give you the 6
Yeah, a little
miles.
leeway.
That's something.
It also tracks how much you buckle in your seatbelt. If you buckle it in, if you ever are moving, like if you don't put it in park before you unbuckle.
And don't buckle.
But this was the most egregious one, is they have a camera that is looking at you while you're driving. And if you really at any point take one of your hands off the steering wheel while you're driving, that's a violation.
Ooh.
So no drinking coffee, for example, is a
No
tough
phone.
one. She said she knew somebody that got they scratched their beard. And
And
that
it
was
flagged
a
it?
violation. Yeah, they got flagged for
Wild.
scratching the beard.
You could probably fight that, can't you?
That's
They
what she
said
said.
he
She said they
fought it.
disputed it. Yeah,
it's
but
not, a camera's not going to be perfect. They said that Amazon started putting all this stuff in 2020, but they're not in all Amazon delivery trucks. I'd like to point out my delivery driver in my area who must have multiple violations.
scratching his beard all the time,
Dude,
huh?
he flies through. Like
He's definitely going
crazy.
6 over.
He's like, what are they going to do?
Sometimes I feel like he lets his truck drive while he runs out, and then he catches up to
It's
his
just rolling.
That would be impressive. I wouldn't even be mad at that. But
But they say that this is supposed to be in every Amazon delivery truck by April of this year.
yeah, and she does at the end. She's like, I'm just showing you this and just letting you know it's just all for safety, just to keep everybody safe. And at that point, it really feels like there's somebody off screen holding a gun at her face saying, say it.
Say
it. Say it's
for
not that
safety.
bad.
Say it's not that
Say
bad.
it's
You
not
don't
that
mind. But to be honest, though, I don't know how you guys feel. I'm for it.
Well, I think some of it is obviously good, like the driving aspect of it, because a lot of people complain about Amazon delivery drivers.
Yeah.
But then the other side of it can probably be a bit too much. The driver eye camera is just below the rear view mirror. It does not have audio. There's no audio on this thing. There is no
So they
live.
say.
I know. There's no live video capability. But it does talk to you. It'll blurt out commands if you aren't following the safety code. So, like if you need to buckle up, it's supposed to talk to
So
you.
it's not
Hands
just
on the
all-
wheel.
It's not just all after the fact. It's like
Correct.
driving with a driving instructor.
Yeah, there's someone always kind of there.
Nice little backseat driver. I'd love that. Slow down. Turn the wheel. What's going on here? That's my least favorite.
Yeah, you never want somebody over your shoulder watching you work. It just makes you uncomfortable. But no, at the end of the day, though, guys, I actually think this is good.
Good for safety.
It's good for safety. There's so many Amazon drivers out on the road that they need to be careful so that I can drink my coffee and roll through stop signs and not get
and not be in trouble.
and
yourself.
not
Yeah.
then they not crash into me. There's enough unsafe drivers like me on the road. The Amazon drivers, they're not paying them to drink coffee. They're paying them to deliver my package in 2 days or less.
Now, we also get a lot of Amazon delivery drivers who are in their own cars. They're the flex
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
But they don't have
No,
this
they have
in
the
their
cameras and
car.
whatnot.
They don't
Not
have any of
yet.
that. It's really just the Amazon trucks.
Just wait till they try to put this in our cars, and then all of a sudden, when we're going 6 miles per hour, you automatically get a ticket. That's when it's going to be.
You
want-
can get some for like your insurance. They'll put that thing in your car to see if you're a good driver.
Oh no!
And then that can lower your bill. But
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who still
it's
does
that. It's like on your phone, right? With there's that commercial with the mayhem guy and he's doing the filters. That's like telling you put this app on your phone.
You can lower your car insurance.
Yeah, and have them spy on you all the time.
I'm not for that.
No, you're not. I mean, they're already spying on you anyway.
Exactly.
So, but I think we should put these alerts here in the studio
In here?
so that we could have somebody just constantly. That's not funny. Don't say that.
How about hands
That was
on the
offensive. Don't say
Hands
that.
on the microphone.
Bad
Put your hands on
opinion.
the microphone.
Back
exactly.
up.
opinion.
Get forward. Look at the camera.
Don't be so mean to Nikki and Isaiah. That type of thing.
That's you.
This is the Riot. Radio U.
It's Would You Rather Wednesday.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've got a loaded question today. This is a tough one. Feelings could be hurt, okay? So let's build up our thick skin. Remember, it's just for the show.
It's just opinions.
Uh-huh. But we got a
You're
question.
still wonderful for who you are.
Uh-huh. But you can text in your answer to this question, the Would You Rather. It's a three-way today. Would you rather be stranded on a desert island with Isaiah, Nikki, or Hudson, myself? Who would you rather be stranded on a desert island with? This question comes to us from Adam.
Now, Adam said for the day.
Mhm.
So you don't
For
have to
one
deal.
day?
Well, I mean, it says for
that's
a
right.
day.
That
Yeah, I
is-
feel like you need to be able to escape the island. You know, that's like how long? This is a survival thing, right?
Or if you're just stranded and who would drive you the most crazy?
That's what I'm thinking. It's
Yeah.
either like we're looking for survival here or just being able
who
to
would
put
help
up
you
with.
escape or who you would be able to deal with.
Yeah.
So Adam chose you, Hudson. But it seemed
Yeah.
like
Terrible
he wasn't,
choice.
It seems like he wasn't very committed. I think his text was like, well, I guess Hudson.
I guess if it came down to it.
So I want some more like concrete answers of like, who would you pick if you had to be stranded on an island with one of us for the day or for however long it would be, and why would you want to pick one of us?
Well, while we wait for people to text in at 8772 with their choice and reasoning, I'm going to go for myself. I'm going to say myself.
You make an argument.
Yeah,
choice.
much
What's the
rather
argument for
Good
yourself?
choice.
be alone than be with either of you two on a desert island.
I know, because if not, it just seems like work where one of us didn't show up, but the other one was there.
And let's say we were stranded on a desert island, right? Like this is long term. Like we were doing a show trip and plane crashed on a desert island. One of us perished, and then you're stuck with the other one. How'd you go back to work with the other person after you're stranded on a
That's
desert island?
right.
with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
so,
disastrous.
so just alone would be fine for me.
What do you want? Some?
I don't think you make it through a day.
You don't think I'd make it through a day alone?
No chance.
Why not?
I just don't
What
think you
happened to
survive.
me? What
I don't
happened
know.
to me?
I don't
It's a
think that
desert island. There's nobody there.
doesn't seem like you have
What
the
could kill
capability.
me?
How about we say this? It's not like an aggressively bad
Yeah.
island. Like maybe it's just they won't get to us for a few days.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very
You're in the
remote.
forest, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm running from monsters.
It's not-
and
No.
we have
It's
a
not
food
Skull
source and
Island.
water.
Yeah.
Okay. So so what are your guys' choices?
Mine's myself for sure.
Yeah. Also
reasoning
solo.
reasoning that I would pick myself is because I'm like a master of Naked and Afraid. I've watched like every episode.
Nobody said
totally
you have
do
to be
it.
naked.
No, I'm not saying I have
guess
to be
you would
naked.
be more free to be naked if it
but
was
if I'm
just
gonna be
you.
on the
Yeah.
island by myself, you know,
You
but
might as well be.
Exactly. And I think that I mastered so many of the Naked and Afraid skills to where I think I would be a good partner
The
in the wild.
situations?
Yeah, starting a fire in the woods, things like that. I got all that jazz down.
I got one more reason why I would want to be alone, and that's because I don't want to hurt either of your feelings
Oh,
right now.
thank you.
It's like choosing between two children. I love you guys both equally.
You don't want to
So
not
yeah, I
have
wouldn't
us
want to hurt one of
there.
your feelings by saying I wouldn't want to stay on the desert island with you.
Well,
over
we
the
have
other.
a lot of thoughts from people. So if you guys want to text in at 877 to Radio U, I'll go through. But let's say we were on an island. Who would you rather have with you?
Desert island.
Or yourself?
or just solo.
Just solo.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
The question comes to us from Adam, who texted in and said, "Would you rather be stranded on a desert island he says for a day, with Nikki, Isaiah, or Hudson?"
Who would you pick and why?
Mhm.
I have a lot. You ready?
Yeah, let's hear them.
All right. John says, Isaiah, hands down, we'd escaped together.
For sure.
Amy chose Jim, your dog.
Well, he's not going to be very helpful, but he's cute.
Off the board.
Now, Jim is in at work today because it's his birthday today. So Isaiah brought him to work. Mike said, I work out a lot, so definitely Isaiah.
He
You
would
guys-
also escape.
You can work out together.
Yeah.
Tommy says, I think Isaiah and I would have the most fun, but for survival, I think I'd probably choose Hudson.
Ooh,
There's
I
one.
like that.
Hudson's like, yes.
Tom went with Hudson because he'd bring hot dogs with him.
I always have an
in his
emergency
pockets.
pack just in case.
Yep, he's always prepared. Cassie says, if it was one day, I would choose Hudson because he'd make me laugh. If it was long term, I'd choose Nikki because I feel like we're very similar in personalities. We get along really well. Not that she doesn't love you, Isaiah. But
Okay, Cassie, I get it.
You're
I
not
get it.
picked at all.
Clearly.
Let's see. Jessica said I'd pick Nikki because she'd probably keep us safe by talking to the native animals. I would do my best on that. And I guess I would die first if they attacked me.
Yeah. Well, the problem with Nikki, too, is how would you, like, Nikki, what would you eat?
What do you mean?
You couldn't bring yourself to eat an animal if you were
Oh,
stranded
yeah.
on
She
a
for
desert
sure
island.
would.
Oh,
I don't think she has
Comes
that
down
in
to
her.
it.
No, she doesn't
You
have
have to.
that.
If
She'd
someone
be
else-
gathering berries
If they prepared it for me.
in the correct way.
I don't know. See, now you're asking somebody else to do a lot for
And
you.
I've been wanting to eat more fish. So if you went
There
out
you
and
go.
got the fish.
Yeah, fish. That's like the go-to.
How do you feel about eating fish with the eyes still looking at you?
That's
Oh, that's
fine.
tough. Mandy and Adam said, sorry, guys, I choose Nikki. Love you all, but I feel like we could have some really good conversations to pass the time. Actually, guys, I'm really sorry, but in person, I'm pretty quiet.
Yeah.
So I don't
well, I think we
know.
probably all are, but I don't know. No, if it's just you and me on the island, I would not shut up.
You would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be nervous talking.
Yep.
Let's see. Regina says, it's a tough one. If it's guaranteed we'll leave in a few days, I choose Hudson because he'd keep the laughs going and the spirits up. Isaiah does sound pretty confident that he's got a lot of the survival skills, though. So it might be better to go with Isaiah just in case there's a storm or something that pops up and you don't end up being rescued as soon as you thought you would.
Yeah, there you go.
So purely on the emergency basis.
I mean, we've all watched Bear Grylls. I don't know why Isaiah is
I
more
am.
qualified.
I am
because
more
he's watched
qualified.
that.
You are him.
I've said if they gave me the opportunity, I'd go on Naked and Afraid tomorrow. I would make it too. It'd be grand.
That's what they all say.
That's
on,
what they
on
say.
Naked and Afraid
I'm
before
ready to
they
go.
wind up crying and leaving in a puddle of tears.
See, I think the only argument that would be against choosing me, right, and I think this one goes into the Nikki way, is if like you were going to be there for a long time, and eventually you were going to have to kill one of us. Because I think Nikki would be the easiest kill of the three.
Oh, you couldn't kill me.
But you would feel the most bad about it, though.
Yeah,
At
that's
the
right.
end.
That's
Like,
right.
when it comes down
I'm
to
a
it-
fighter. Nobody would be able to kill me.
When it comes down to it, you're going to have to kill one of us.
I would fight dirty. I would not
I
be
would
going
take you
down.
out in your sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Nikki might fight dirty too.
This is a good question. Adam brought the question to
Yeah.
us. Who would you choose?
Props to Adam for that. And if you've got a good question for the next Would You Rather, definitely let us know. 8772 Radio U. See if you can come up with something good.
And I will remember the day that we all decided if we had to choose, we just still would choose to be by ourselves. Better than with someone else.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
I've got a story here from China. We've got it's sad. It's a father suing his very own daughter.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's a bad look.
So you know it's got to be something bad, right? The reason he's suing his daughter is because she refused to leave college and come back home to take care of him after he got into a car accident.
Okay.
So he gets into a car accident. He's like, "Hey, daughter, leave college and come. I need some help. Like I'm, not doing good physically after a car accident. I need somebody to be my caretaker." And she said, "No, I'm staying at college." And so now he is suing her. It looks like he wants about $215 in monthly alimony.
Wild.
For like parent alimony or?
Yeah, like so that he can afford, I guess, somebody else to take care of him because she's not doing it. What do we make of this? Just based off of you be the judge.
There's some layers.
Okay.
So she has two other brothers who
Okay.
she says could also be taking care of him, but the dad has been asking her.
Yeah, but they're men. So they have jobs, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to put what you just said to the
We're
side.
gonna just
Thank you so much,
separate that.
Hudson. That's why I wouldn't be on the island with you. She said that she was very busy in school with exams and studying, and he would keep messaging her to complain. So she ended up blocking him, which is why the dad, who had no way to contact her to complain more, it's why the dad took this to court to try to sue her for the monthly money.
And it says that she claims that she told him over and over again she
Can't leave at this time.
her college duties don't allow her to leave and come take care of him. Well, listen here, daughter. You know what? It's not going anywhere. College. You're like probably 20-something years old. You've got another 60 years you can go to college if you want, but I need help now.
Well, it doesn't say, though, for the dad, like, how injured
How much help does he need?
Yeah, like
what's going on here?
Is he really, really injured, or is he not?
Can he move? Can he walk?
And she said because she's in college, she doesn't have the $215 a month that he needs just because he's suing her.
Which is why she should go live with him for free and take care of him. Look, he told her mother to change her diapers, and so now she's got to pay it back. She's got to change his diapers because he probably can't walk because he got in a bad car accident.
There's Article 26 of a Chinese civil code that stipulates adult children have the obligation to support and protect their parents, which is what he was suing her because she blocked him and didn't want to come home to take care of him.
Isaiah, you went to college.
I did.
You got parents.
What if your mom or dad was like, hey, I need you to come take care of me, drop out of college for a while?
So if my mom
Put
called
that
me
on
and
hold.
she was like, hey, I need you to come take care of me, I would be like, what about dad? And then my dad called me, I'd be like, well, what about
Your
mom?
brothers.
And then I have two brothers too who both like lived closer during that time period. I think it's all just very situational, you know? I think if she's the only one that could actually help him and he actually needs help, then she should go home and help him. But if he doesn't actually need help and his brothers aren't willing to help, then it's understandable. But at the same time, it's all situational, and I need to know how bad this guy's hurts. Because I've taken on some pity hurts before, some pity sickness to get some help,
Yes.
and so I could see it going down that road too.
I think it depends on that. It feels like maybe they have a strained relationship anyways, because if he just always complains to her about stuff.
Well, think about it this way. You have two brothers, right? Your older brother has a job. You have a job.
Yes.
Your other brother's in college. If your parents live somewhere else, you had to leave your job here, you would never get another job in this industry again.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he can drop out of college and just pick back up where he left off.
I brought my
your brother.
dog to work today. Like, I think I could easily work here and help my mom if she needed help.
It is pretty cushy.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, mom and dad, I'd help.
Well, let's let this gal know you can work here at Radio U and take care of your
And take care of your
ailing
dad.
father. We'll make accommodations.
But like I said, I feel like her and the dad already have problems, and this is just another
and you know you can't
extension
solve
of
them.
that. Yeah.
It
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.